Right, I've kind of put this back to the beginning. I think what we're now going to do is, you'll be pleased to know, we're going to chase down the sort of remaining things that you need to have to pass the AS exam and what you're going to be questioned on in the exam. So I'm just going to pop to the internet now, and if I remember rightly, what I've done here is I've brought the specification up. It says that when you go into exam, you've got to have screenshots showing evidence of the following things. So worksheets showing labels, data, and formula. I'm not really sure what they mean by labels. To be honest with you, I'm assuming that this data is just the stuff in there. Formula is, well, there's your formulas, etc. I don't know what they mean by labels. I assume it must mean the row and column headings, but oh well. I'll work that out. Where were we? Let's go back to over here. Multiple sheets and the use of 3D referencing. Quite clearly our spreadsheet has got multiple sheets, and you remember earlier on 3D referencing was very simply on our stock sheet, wasn't it? There's a 3D referencing referring to a different sheet. This could be annoying to switch back to this one all the time. So we've done our VLOOKUPs. Drop-down list boxes we haven't done. Well, to be honest with you, the simple way of doing that on there would have been, you see you've got product code 123. What you could have done on there is, well, I suppose you could have, I don't know, I mean, drop-down list is just 1, 2, 3. And instead of typing it in over here, product code 123, what you could have done is just data, validation, allow, a list. Where's the source of this list? Well, you know, it's over here. 1, 2, 3. Press OK. Alright, well, okay, now I've got a drop down list. If I type in 2, it selects. That's interesting. Why is that VLOOKUP not working? I'm on the wrong one, aren't I? That's why. I meant to be on no, what am I supposed to be on? Purchase template. Crazy fool. That's the one I meant to have down there, isn't it? If I change that to a 2, then that changed to mug. Oh well, I should have done my drop down list over there, shouldn't I? So we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3. And I can data validate that so that it can have a list. And it says, where is this list? And you can go. I always tend to actually leave a space as well, just in case. The reason being, you'll see now, just in case I want to leave it blank. That gives them the NAs, so it isn't really going to work, but they're not going to know that in your screenshots. You provide them with a list, that'll do. That's your drop down list dealt with. What was next on the list? Over here. Spinners we've done, that was the up down arrows that control things. Logical true or false or tick boxes or option boxes. Right, okay. Let's do something here. Let's say Greg wants to have his stuff delivered. So we'll put delivery in there. What a logical tick box is, if we go to view toolbars and we go to forms, here's a little tick box, a little checkbox, which I'm just gonna, oh, what am I doing? I want to draw a tick box. Why isn't it letting me draw one? Why can't I draw? There it is. Weird. Why it didn't let me draw that. Let's put delivery up there. Checkbox. And now if you click in it, it does a tick. If we go to format control and we go to properties, sorry, we go to control, I do apologise. If it's checked, we'll put the cell link, and I'm just going to put it down here. Are you happy with that? And I'm just going to press OK. What you find now is this. If that's checked there, if it's unchecked it puts false, if it's checked it puts true. Well, what you could do is this. Delivery. Right? And we're going to do this. We can use an if function. Nice simple one. I'll do it with this one. If, and it says, okay, your test is what? And I'm going to put, if this cell is equal to the logical test, I do apologise, if this cell is equal to true, that means they want delivery. So what we'll do is make that a fiver. And if it's false, they don't want delivery, so it's nothing. Look at that. Oh, £5. Let's put a delivery on that. Make that currency. There we go. So it's £5. The grand total, of course, now should in fact be that. Press enter, so £6.19. If he doesn't want delivery, look at that, £1.19. Okay, so delivery, your little checkbox you can put in there for delivery. Simple enough. Happy with that? So that's dealt with checkboxes. Best thing to do actually is have a delivery service. If they tick it, you get it. Back to the internet. We want to go over here. So that's logical. Startup user interface. Well, we've done that. That was our buttons on our main page that linked to the various ones. Validation techniques. We did that in the very first video. Sorting techniques. Okie dokie. Let's do some sorting. I think we'll hit two birds with one stone. What we'll do is let's go to the stock sheet, and I think we could do it with a macro, couldn't we? The stock sheet number in stock is how we would sort it, but that's going to screw things up. Oh, it's going to mess things up. I think what we will do is I am going to... What am I going to do? Yeah, what we'll do is this. We're just going to put equals... I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's do it this way. Equals D4. Let's do this. Make a little note down here. Number in stock. We'll put equals 102. Put that in there. And we'll fill that down. Like so. So that's just simplified that out. They're all formulas. And then what we're going to do here is I'm just going to Control C that. I think what I'll do is I'll just do my paste special again, and we'll paste our values in there so we get that one. So if we wanted to sort things, we could just go, for example, here, data, sort by column, not N, we want column O, don't we? And we'll, column O. And we'll do it descending. We'll press OK. So that kind of sorts that out into order. I could do that as a macro, couldn't I? Well, I'll leave you do it as a macro. But the whole point, if you did it as a macro and attach it to a button here, if you then change your number in stock, so that was say 111, so it's slightly more, that goes to 111, 109, you need a macro to sort that area. So you'd have, I hope you're happy with this. Basically, you've got to select it each time and do data, sort by column O, descending, which doesn't work because we're pasting values, doesn't it? Okay, our macro would have to copy that, paste the values, then sort it, press a button. It would do it for you. Shall I do it for you? Alright then. Tools, macro, record new macro, sort, oh, no spaces, sort stock, press OK, highlight it, Control C, go to here, right click, paste special, just the values please, press OK, data, sort, on column O, ascending, happy with that, click away, stop the macro. What we'll do now is we will, there's a button there, isn't it, of the macro, sort stock. I'll leave it as button 3. Let's tell you what, why don't we change this one, t-shirts, I have 169 of them, right, lovely. Let's press button 3, watching, 169 there, not 69 there, button 3, job done, t-shirts, calendars, mugs, all sorted. So that macro there sorts it. Lovely. So that's that one dealt with, sorting stuff. Search for specific criteria. That's filtering. I'm going to ignore that because I don't think they ask for that, or they won't ask. If they ask for it, they'll give you an either or type question. Appropriate use of graphs, bar or column graph. Well, you can't get much more appropriate than this, can you? Making a little graph of that. So what I'll do, making up graphs. I hope you're happy with it. We should do that years ago. Little graph there. Let's do a little column graph. We'll just go next. T-shirt, calendars, mugs. That's the number we've got in stock. Let's just go next. You're going to put a chart title and some axes stuff on there. I'm not going to, because quite frankly, I'm going to finish and I'm going to put my graph there. But the lovely thing about it, if I just close all this stuff and keep this out of the way, is that that's an appropriate graph. But I'll tell you what, let's put that back down to 69. Oh, that's a bit of a rude number, isn't it? Let's put 66. See, look, t-shirt. It's still got 169 t-shirts there. Press that button free. It hasn't anymore. Look, down at 66. So you've got a sort, which also triggers off the graph in a sensible graph. That's nailed that one, isn't it, over there? So that's our appropriate use of graphs. I think that's pretty appropriate. What's on the next page then? Whoop. We've used a sum function. We haven't used a count function in this one. I might come back to that one with a different sheet. In fact, I will do max and min. Well, that's easy enough, isn't it? You could just simply. Oh, I'll tell you what you could do. This is kind of cool. Most stock, or no, lowest stock, because you want to reorder one, don't you? Lowest stock. Let's do that one now. The lowest stock currently, we use a function here. It's the min function. Oh look, max, you put below it. That was max and sin. I was hoping min would be there. Oh well, let's have a look at all, and let's go for m, and we'll go and find min. We want min there, don't we? Min of, it says the min of, well, the range, isn't it? So what's the minimum of those? The answer quite clearly is going to be, when it does it in a second, 66. If, for example, I change my mug from 109 to 59, does that? Didn't update this, but when I sort that, lowest stock 59. Now, what would be clever is if it says 59, it actually tells you which one's the lowest stock, which one's the one to reorder. You could do this on a separate sheet, in fact, couldn't you? Clever way of doing that is to then use a VLOOKUP to trigger off the word mug to appear there. Slight problem with the VLOOKUP is when you do a VLOOKUP, you've got to do it from the first row, the first column in it. So what I tend to do to solve this problem is I just say equal that one, press enter. Oh, did I put A15 there? That doesn't make any sense. It equals that one. Press enter. I'll just copy that down like so. And what I would do here is just do equals, I'll type it in manually, VLOOKUP, whoop, VLOOKUP. What are we looking up? Brackets, we're looking up this number. Where are we looking up from? We're looking up from this range. What we're going to return, column 2. Thank you very much. Job done, you would think. Alright? Not quite working. In fact, I think here what I'm going to have to do is put an extra 0 on the end. Sometimes if it doesn't work, just stick a 0 on the end, it does the job. Now, it's got 59 mug. Brilliant. Let's take our calendars down to 41. Press enter. It's not working. We press button 3. Look at that, 41 calendar. Nice one. So that's the min function. You could do a max function if you wanted to as well. But anyway, in the exam, all they're going to ask you is to give 2 of those. So quite frankly, if you can show on your spreadsheet you've done the sum function and use a max or a min function, and particularly minimums, that's fine. They're never going to say to you on the exam, show us where you've used the count function. They're going to say, show us where you've used 2 of those. Now, down here we've got B, we've got the single if, the multiple if, the date and the round. Now I know that when the date function, I know from previous experience with the exam board that we've done that previously on that where we've used, wasn't that one, was it? Well, it was originally, it was today, wasn't it? But we used it when we did insert today's date as today, like that, wasn't it? That's because it's showing formulas, isn't it? Oh, let's go tools, options. My fault on that one. For some reason I tick formulas when it should have been, of course, showing today's date. So that's done. That's what that will do. Okay, it's not a date function. It's not truly what they've got on the sheet here, which says date. But I know that if you show equals today, they're happy. So why don't we now do a single if? Right, a single if. Nice simple one. What I'm back on the internet for? Let's go back to my stock. Nice easy one for you to do. What we're going to do is this. We're going to flag up on our stock sheet, if a number drops below 100, then we're going to write the word reorder there. Nice and simple. Equals if. Right, we've used an if statement already, haven't we, actually? Equals if this number is less than 100, in speech marks we'll put reorder. If it's true, and if it's false after the comma, we'll put fine. We'll close that off. We need to reorder them because we've got less than 100. We need to reorder them because we've got less than 100. But if we had 159 of those, that's fine. Simple if statement that you could use. Multiple ifs I won't bore you with in this video. This particular project's going to be fine. What am I doing? Going back to the stuff over here. Yeah, pretty much it. I'm going to do another video later on about how to make a big sheet using the COUNTIF function as well. But ultimately, this spreadsheet would get you through the AS course. So if you've got to the end here and you've built this, you're fine. You'll get through no problem. Now you've got to take loads of screen dumps showing all the different functions to prove it in an exam, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Your teacher's going to walk you through how to do that.